Welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to be guiding you through today's topic. We're diving deep into what might literally be the ultimate time-hacking workout. And the absolute best part? It's completely validated by rigorous science. We are, of course, talking about high-intensity interval training. If you've ever felt like you just don't have the hours to spend at the gym to get the results you actually want, well, the science we're about to unpack is going to completely change how you view exercise.
Look, it's a universal struggle, right? Whether you're a busy professional, a parent juggling a million things, or just someone with a packed schedule, finding time for fitness is often the biggest hurdle to staying healthy. But what if I told you that your strongest, most resilient year could start with a commitment of just 20 minutes? Now, I know that sounds a bit like a late-night infomercial promise, but as we'll see through the academic research and expert guidelines today, it's actually grounded in rock-solid physiology.
Okay, let's dive into this. At its core, high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, is a workout method that alternates between short bursts of intense effort, where you're pushing near your physical limit, and brief recovery periods. It's built entirely around a very specific, structured cycle. Work hard, recover, repeat. By pushing your body close to its absolute limit during the work phase and resting just enough to be able to repeat that effort, you're challenging your heart, lungs, and muscles in a uniquely stressful but ultimately incredibly rewarding way.
The magic number here? It's 20. Based on the literature, including the beginner's guides and academic studies we're referencing today, just 20 minutes, 3 times a week is the minimal effective dose you need to radically transform your cardiovascular health and build serious endurance. You really don't need to spend hours jogging on a treadmill. The science clearly shows that condensing your effort into these intense 20-minute sessions can deliver powerful results in a fraction of the time of a traditional workout.
Now you might be wondering, why are those 20 minutes so potent? Well, it all comes down to a concept called EPOC, or excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Most people just call this the afterburn effect. Think of your body like a high-performance car engine. If you take that car out to the track and drive it at top speed, that engine's going to stay hot and continue burning through fuel long after you've parked it back in the garage. That is exactly what HIIT does to your metabolism. Because of the massive oxygen demand during the workout, your body just keeps burning calories for hours after the session is over, even while you're literally just resting on the couch. And the benefits go way deeper than just burning a few extra calories. Let's unpack the biology here, because it's fascinating. When you do traditional steady-state cardio, you mostly engage slow-twitch muscle fibers. But the intense bursts of a HIIT workout, they actually recruit your fast-twitch muscle fibers, the ones responsible for explosive power and strength. Plus, that intense oxygen demand stimulates muscle protein synthesis, leading to muscle hypertrophy, or growth. At the exact same time, it creates metabolic adaptations that elevate your metabolic rate, increase fat oxidation, and vastly improve your VO2 max, which is basically how efficiently your body uses oxygen, along with your insulin sensitivity. It's essentially a comprehensive biological upgrade for your body.
Section 1. Structuring the intervals. Popular protocols. And this brilliantly illustrates how you can customize this science. Developed in the mid-1990s, Dr. Izumi Tabata's protocol completely revolutionized sports conditioning. It goes like this: 20 seconds of ultra-intense, maximum-effort exercise, followed by 10 seconds of complete rest. And trust me, those are going to feel like the shortest 10 seconds of your entire life. You repeat this for 8 cycles, totaling exactly 4 minutes. It's a brutal but highly efficient 4-minute anaerobic capacity builder that's been proven to improve both aerobic and anaerobic systems faster than a full hour of moderate cycling. Crazy, right?
So, how does this compare to other approaches? Well, while the Tabata protocol uses those ultra-short bursts that are highly anaerobic, the protocol developed by Dr. Martin Gibala shifts the focus slightly more toward cardiovascular adaptations. The Gibala protocol uses longer work intervals lasting from 60 seconds up to 4 minutes, followed by recovery periods that are either equal to or half the duration of the work interval. What this really highlights is that HIIT is remarkably flexible. You can easily adapt it to different fitness levels, different types of exercises, and your own specific physiological goals.
Because of this incredible flexibility, modern fitness figures have adapted the science in some really fascinating ways. Take Dr. Michael Mosley, for instance. He adapted HIIT specifically for metabolic health, pairing 10 to 20-minute sessions with his 5-2 intermittent fasting diet. Then you have Joe Wicks, the body coach, who focused on making HIIT super accessible and fun, using simple bodyweight moves like squats and burpees that literally anyone can do right in their living room. And for the ultimate challenge, trainer Shaun T built programs like Insanity around plyometrics and dynamic cardio, emphasizing not just physical endurance, but extreme mental resilience.
But remember, the underlying science remains exactly the same across the board.
Section 2. Guardrails, mitigating risk and maximizing recovery.
So, the crucial point is this: with high intensity comes high responsibility. Because you're pushing your body to its absolute limits, we need to shift our focus to safety to ensure you mitigate risk. Now, there's a common misconception that high-intensity workouts inherently lead to injuries, but actually, a 2024 peer-reviewed study published in the International Journal of Academic Research by Masitha Alwi and her colleagues proves that when structured correctly, HIIT can actually reduce your risk of injuries over time.
You're probably wondering, wait, how is that even possible? Well, it comes down to a few core strategies. The academic consensus, specifically noting a 2020 study by Lee Hai and colleagues, is that poor form and improper technique are what actually cause injuries, not the intensity itself. To prevent this, you absolutely must prioritize proper form over speed. Plus, by utilizing progressive overload, meaning you gradually increase the intensity without sudden spikes, a HIIT routine actually targets your stabilizer muscles, corrects muscular imbalances, and fortifies your joint stability and connective tissues. It essentially bulletproofs your body. But listen, that bulletproofing, it only happens if you follow what we can call the recovery mandate. Think of your nervous system like a rechargeable battery. The actual muscle rebuilding and nervous system recharging, that doesn't happen while you're sweating on the mat. It happens during your sleep and on your rest days. Recovery is a mandatory part of the protocol. You have to take at least one full rest day between sessions. You must prioritize quality sleep because it is literally your nervous system's best recovery tool. And incorporating active recovery, like a bit of stretching or yoga, will keep those muscles relaxed. And, of course, always listen to your body. If you feel pain or dizziness, stop immediately.
As the researchers from that academic journal conclude, by preparing the body for the demands of various activities and promoting overall physical resilience, HIIT contributes significantly to injury prevention and long-term health. I love this quote. It brilliantly drives home the reality that HIIT isn't just some short-term fitness fad to drop a few pounds for the summer. When applied correctly, it's a scientifically validated, incredibly sustainable foundation for lifelong physical resilience.
Which brings us to my final question for you today. We've looked at the profound metabolic effects, the incredible time efficiency, and the academic protocols ranging from Tabata to Jabala. The science is absolutely crystal clear. So, how will you claim back your time? How are you going to integrate just 20 minutes of HIIT into your week to start building your strongest, most resilient self? The tools are right here, ready for you to use. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope you're leaving today feeling informed, empowered, and ready to get moving.